Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all having a nice Sunday. Today I thought we could do hello Ar-Adunaim, my favorite faction. Hello Armo. Hello Sergey. Yeah, this is going to be. I didn't think about my pronunciation failure of Ar-Adunaim today. You can't just have your voice volume no again. Okay, perfect. That's good. I will try and fix it then. Let's see if I can boost it. Give me a second here. Okay, it's in unidirectional mode. Is that better? Maybe I need to boost it a little bit more. Windows does like adjusting the settings itself. Microphone. Or recording devices like this. Levels is at 100%. Okay, so maybe we can boost it on OBS. I'm going to add some gain, I think. Testing. Is that better, Armo? Can you hear me better now? Maybe this is too much. Let me know how this is and I'll adjust accordingly. But yes, today we are doing AA stuff. I'm just going to use the word AA because that's easier, or Adunaim, but let's just go AA. So there is a king model that somebody made, and that somebody is, let's give him the proper credits. If we go to our to-do list, Trevor Bid is his name, and Arist sent me this model, and the AA at the moment don't have any custom general models, so this is what the model looks like. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like I think it's just a recolor of the base model, but it's still pretty nice. It's unique. And then I thought maybe we could try creating a cast model, like so a strategy model from this. And I could walk through the process by which I do that normally. And maybe that's helpful for some people. Because it can be a bit painful. Finn has a really good guide on it, but there's no video, so maybe it'll be easier for people to see it done with video. Testing the gain. Hopefully it's better. Testing the gain. Is it going up? 150%. Let's try that. Testing. Here we go. Alright. So first things first. We could open the model. Okay, we're going to have to get the model into Blender anyway, so why don't we just open it up. So we're going to have to go to IWTE, and we have the model in our downloads here. And we can take a look at the model and see what the crack is with it. So let's do, we might as well do a mesh scale and a cast anim to extract. Mesh scale. Yeah, sure. It might not be double textured, but I think it's okay if we do this anyways. So we got the new file. Unpacked skeleton file. Okay, good question. What skeleton file do we want to use for this? think I don't actually know about general skeletons, but I think if I go to our Ar-Adunaim, let's fucking change this. This is Ar-Adunaim, it's not on bar. It trips me up every single time. Okay. I think Naru House Guard. Let's try that. That's what the general uses, so maybe that's what we're going to use. And that uses the two-handed axe. We might do some bodyguard stuff today as well. That could be fun, I was thinking. Make some custom bodyguards, but we'll just see how we get on. This might be a lot harder than I think. Okay, that's the skeleton, and then kind of animation do we want? I think a normal attack is fine. Attack, let's just pick one of these random ones. Boom. How did it go? Looks good. From extract to extract, GLB. We want to import this. Oops. Import GLB. Oh my god. What the hell is this? He's falling over. Thought this was supposed to be an attack animation. I don't know what the hell I've done here, but anyway, that'll do. And then we want the texture as well. But we just need to convert the texture first, I think. We want mesh models. No, we want medieval 2 texture options, and we want... wait, what is the texture? New AA King, okay. We want texture to DDS. Yes. Okay, and the DDS is in IWT save. Let's grab that because we're going to need it for later. And we're also going to open this up. Because this is good practice, and we want to save this as a TGA instead. Because we don't want to work with the DDS file, because if we keep saving that over and over again, we're going to create compression artifacts, and that's not a good idea. So, okay, very nice. This is actually looking cool. I like this. There is no... Ooh. Let's hope that's using the same texture, otherwise that might be a problem. Yeah, okay. So, we now have to guess what texture file, because Aristus only sent me one. If we look at the texture file, let's see. Sergei says, just a question, would it be possible to include Legion of Armenelos as a recruitable unit once the pillar is rebuilt? I think that's an EOR unit. Once the pillar is rebuilt. It's not a bad idea. It'd be cool to add some new units. Even if we just copy paste a unit and change it around to a little bit, and maybe change the texture, give it a new name, some new stats or something, that could be fun. Is this general evil? Well, that's a interesting question. I don't know. Is this general evil? What do we think? Do we think that Ar-Adunaim are evil? They don't scream inherently evil to me. If you're a Gondorian or a Dunedain, you probably think so. But I'm not so sure. Okay, so the sword is not included. So maybe we can make a best guess and assume that it is using the attached texture of the bodyguard, maybe. Which is gonna be now new narrow bodyguards attach, and we should have this in DDS ready to go because we converted all the textures a while ago. I highly recommend that. If you're working with these files a lot, just use IWTE. Like I've got every single model in AGO converted to GLB here, and then all the textures converted to DDS, so that everything's ready to go, and you're not manually converting stuff every time you need it, because that's just annoying. So let's try that out. We went with this in the end. Okay, that's looking promising. The sheath looks okay. Sword, not so much. What's happening with the sword? Sword is over there. Okay, there isn't actually a sword, so maybe it's on the main. And I'm really glad, you know what? I'm really glad we opened this texture in Blender before we jumped into the game. Gee, let's just check. There is no sword texture. No, so there is a missing file somewhere. Okay, let's try this one. New narrow bodyguards. No, that's equally as bad. That doesn't have... So wait, what? So why is there no metal texture here for the bodyguards? Is it because they're a spear unit? Is the AA bodyguard unit a spear unit? It must be. Well, you know, we can check that. Go to household guard. And look at their info pick. Yes, okay, it's a halberd unit. So that means we probably need to get the sword texture from somewhere else. So what's a good Ar-Adunaim sword unit? Don't they have some kind of like heavy sword unit? What about these guys? Azrazir warriors. Nope, that's no good. They're the sword and shield ones, I think. We should look at the stats to figure this out. Footmen, no. Halberdiers, no. Bowmen, no. Armsmen. They're gotta be 200 swords, surely. Yes, okay, that looks good. So, they're using the Armsman model. And they have new thingy.dds. To die, yeah, that's the norm file. We don't want that. Let's grab this. New Ar-Adunaim Armsman. Okay. Then we need the attach, which is there. Okay, that's looking promising. I'm liking the look of that. Okay, and then we need to do something here so we can see this. We need to go on view, repeat image. Okay, so we don't have the files, but we can just try and make do here by doing something ourselves. So that's the sword as it is. We need to scale this up. Yeah, this is the right sword for sure. Make it a bit smaller. Damn, that everything software seems very useful. Yeah, it is. It's really helpful because, like, you know, where you just know where a file is. You know, and like looking through the file system to find it when you kind of know where it is just painful. So. Alright, so what are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's have a look at this. How's this looking? This is looking great. Could it be better? Absolutely. Do we care that much? No, I don't think so. That's looking pretty damn good to me. Do we shame Castellan with this terrible UV mapping? Yes. But does it look good enough? And if it was for a normal unit now, you know, I'd be a bit more concerned with getting this exactly right. But, you know, we're just working with a single model that we'll see once on the campaign map here, so we're not too concerned. Maybe we could shrink it down a little bit more. Looks like a sword for sure. Yeah, exactly. Make UV right, or whatever the model makers will find your Yeah, you never know. Maybe if we stretch it a little bit. No, we're really gonna start fucking shit up here now. We want to turn that off. Let's grab all of these. Bring this down like this. Yes, make this cursed. Actually, what we can probably do actually is grab, if we just want to... Maybe it's the other sword texture? Yes, maybe. Let's have a look. I didn't find another sword texture, which was why I was confused. Like, this is for the sheath here. I think this one maps on fine. Go in here. That's not assigned, so we might have to do some custom stuff here. But I didn't see another sword texture anywhere else unless you did. This one? This looks like a sheath to me. But I'll try it. That's a good point. It might be. It might be. Let's try it. Undo all of our cursed shit we've done. You're saying this one? Let's try this. Okay, it's just sheath. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. I think we're missing some files, so we're just gonna have to make do. But it's okay. It's okay. And then we'll just make this a little bit bigger. Bring it down here. And then what we can do is we can just move this up. Nice. Bit of stretching here is fine. Just line this up nicely, and we might as well do it on this side as well. Yeah, this is looking totally fine. And the sword looks like a sword, although it does look a little bit stretched. I don't think we care that much. Maybe we can fix it a little bit by just bringing it down. Like so. Move it to center it up a bit. Okay, that's good enough for me. And then this, we know that... Yeah, that's just the sheath. Okay. No, that's cursed. Don't know what the fuck this is. I still don't know what this animation. It looks like he's jumping into a pool or washing his face in a barrel, and then no, he's gone. It looks nice though. Looks good. I'm happy with that. Maybe we could recolor the sheath. I think actually we will do that because the sheath looks a bit out of place with the rest of the model. So we're using new Ar-Adunaim attach DDS. So let's grab that and put that in our folder we had earlier. Folder, aka downloads folder. Not a good folder, but whatever. Do we have space? No, we don't have space on this. Lol, did not see that random coming. Yeah, I don't know. I swear I picked an attack one. I don't know why it's showing him flopping over. And let's call this new AA King attach. .tga. Boom. It's interesting to see how much trial and error is needed for things that look easy / fast to people like me who never did any dev. Yes, there is a lot of trial and error. Sometimes all error. And then sometimes you work on something for ages and you realize, actually, this was a bad idea. And even though I've spent hours on it, it shouldn't be done. I can think of countless cast model projects that I did that ended up like that. And I think that's also part of... It's important to remember that not all of your ideas are good ones. And sometimes things are left... better left on the cutting floor than to see the live day. So, okay, so let's give him the new texture that we just made, which is the TGA, new AA King TGA. Oh no. Why is that different? What's happened? Yeah, that looks right to me. New AA King.tga. Oh, because I need new AA King attach.tga. That's why. There we go. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get rid of this now because we don't need it anymore. And I'm going to get rid of the DDS because we don't need it anymore. I always assumed that graphic dev is just pasting images and moving them so that they don't collide and crash the game. It can be. There's a certain, like, if you're doing like historic event pictures. Let me see if I can find an example. If I go into here and I go into data in UI and go to Southern European and I go into event pics. These are always fun. I love doing these. Like, this is just simple graphic work. You've got some templates here, like the RK Reunite Kingdom template. You pick an image, you throw it behind, you crop it a little bit, boom, done. Super simple. You make sure it's the right size, blah, blah, whatever. That kind of stuff is really simple, really fun. But I'm not a model expert model maker or anything by any means, but I have a lot of respect for people that do this kind of work because it is really hard and complicated, and there are so many things that can go wrong, and yeah, it's hard. So okay, so we want to mess around with the texture a little bit because I'm not really happy with this black here. Ideally, we would want to just recolor it something similar to his, like a dark brown or something. But they are hella cool though. My most favorite part is reading and looking at unique events that you guys make. Yeah, I agree. That is one of my, one thing that I think really elevates a campaign is, I don't know, it's so arbitrary, like, oh, a little picture pops up and it has some text. And it's so basic. The premise of that is so basic, but it actually can add a lot more. It makes the world feel alive, especially when you get like little notifications like, oh, Minas Tirith has been lost, or the Avari elves have sided with the with Dorwinian or the Shire has been scoured and all that kind of stuff, it makes you feel like, oh, I'm not the only person. I'm not the only faction in this campaign playing the AI. Like, there's lots of other stuff that is happening elsewhere, and it just makes the world feel a lot more real. So, and then of course the writing done by all sorts of different people throughout the years has been super cool. So ideally what I'd want to do here is get rid of all this junk, this black. I don't like the black outline, but what we're going to do is we will do that. Just copy this onto a new layer. Delete this. Hopefully we can clean this up without too much damage. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, that's not working very well, so we have a tool. Remove background. I normally have it here. I don't know why it's gone. Remove background. There we go. I'm blind. Minister Earth is always lost. Yes, it is. So is Lothlorien. Yeah, hopefully Lothlorien will be... Well, I don't know about Lothlorien. Okay, no, that destroyed the texture. We don't want that. I don't know about Lothlorien being completely lost. They usually get their Doomstack pretty early. A bit too early sometimes. Okay, that'll do for now. And then what I would like to do is try and select the black here. Okay, maybe we can mess around with... So I'm not very good at this, so there's probably a better way of doing this, but I'm just going to experiment with this. And can we change the... Okay, so that's changing the hilt. I suppose there's not really much color to work with here, is the problem. Maybe there's a better hilt. Ar-Adunaim. Adum. No hilt in there. No. There's a hilt there. We had a nice one earlier, I thought. Same hilt again. Whoops. Did we have a hilt in here? No. Damn, we've got the old units too. Customer. It seems like there's only the one hilt. Is it that bad? Let's have a look at it again. No, it's not really that bad. Maybe we can just make it like red or something. Okay, let's just try this and see how this works. This is kind of cursed. Okay, I need to stop saying that. Everything can't be cursed. Okay. Let's try painting over that then. I think there's a recolor tool. Yes. And let's pick some kind of red would be nice. I think it's like a dark red. Where are my size? Can I not change? Oh, there we go. Brush size, hardness. Oh, yes. Okay. This is looking good. We want to do it all in one go. Boom. That kind of obliterates all the shading. So it's too hard. Too hard again. What if we change the opacity? Yes, that's good. And then we want to get the new old image back up again so we can just copy paste over it and test our changes. Oops. And we want to do like this. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Go back into Blender and we have auto reload, which should automatically pick up changes, but I was having trouble with this last time, so. Okay, there we go. It's looking a bit more red. Could probably do a better job on that, but at least it's not completely black. which I wasn't super happy about. So nice, that'll do. Okay. So next thing we want to do is we want to... It's rigged correctly, everything seems fine. So we want to save this as a Blender file. Let's go into our Blender projects. We will call this AA King. Save it as aaking.blend, and let's grab all these files as well and put them in the same folder. King. Boom. And in IWTE, I think we had a... Just call them aaking.mesh, aaking.texture. We'll have aaking attach. aaking old glb. aaking.tga and oops. aaking attach.tga. Yeah. Okay, that looks nice. I'm happy with that. So, are the UVs correct on the attach? Are they assigned to the right hand side? Yes, they are. Okay, great. So what we want to do is export this to GLB, and everything's fine. We don't care about the animation, so we'll untick that. We'll go back to IWTE, and we want to do extract to mesh, but it's going to be a unit extract to mesh and a double textured one at that. aaking. aaking.glb. And then you always want to check and go in here and make sure that nothing was wrong. And this looks good. That's from earlier. We don't care about that. And then for my sanity, I need to close a few windows here. Don't need Discord. Okay. So first we're going to make sure that it works okay as a battle model, and then we can work on making the strap model next. Okay, so we should have a mesh file if we go into our IWTE folder from extract, and we have aaking new.mesh, which is awesome. We'll get rid of the old one. Call this aaking.mesh. And so now actually what we can do is I can show you how using the modding tool we can really easily add a new model to the battle models database. Just give me 2 seconds. Is that a 2K texture? Yes. Yes, it is. No, it's 1K. It's 1K. We're saved. We're saved. It's 1K. They're both 1K. Like I would move it here, but there's no space on this one. I could try and ram it in somewhere, I suppose, but I'm not super. Maybe we can fit it actually. It's just because, like, if I maybe we can fit it in the corner here. Just gonna be kind of low res, but maybe that's easier to just do it that way. Let's see how that works. So we'll save this. This down. There's no harm in having it there. Make this use the main. My auto reload doesn't work anymore for some reason, which is very annoying. It used to work fine. aaking.tga. That's new aaking. Okay, wrong file. Oops. And actually, it's better if we do it this way, because then when we go to make the... yeah, I thought I was muted, my bad. It's better if we go to... It's better if we do it this way, because what we're going to have to do later is we're going to need only one file anyways for the cast model. Yeah, whatever, it looks a bit blurry, but I think that's totally fine. It's probably a better use of the space anyways, so... and this needs to use the main. Great. Okay, even better. So then what we can do is we should go into here on the materials, and if we get rid of the attached, then we know we've done nothing wrong. Everything looks good, and we'll export again. Turn the music down a little bit. Okay, this is looking good. So if we go back into IWTE now, and we go to mesh models, and this is going to be a single textured now, and it's going to be unit extract single textured to mesh. And we don't need this anymore because it was busted anyways. 523, yeah, that's right. aaking.glb, I think that's that the one we just extracted? No. aaking new. Yes. And it's not... IWT always does this, appends the new, which is fine, but I don't really like every single model having it. And we can test that this is correct if we open... Yeah, looks good. So we have the mesh. Okay, so first things first, we want to go to the unit folder. Yeah, unit models, units, and we got something like heroes or AA. Let's just put in AA. Got AA King, and we have AA King.tga, which is perfect. But we don't want TGA, we want texture. So go to Medieval 2, texture options, TGA single, TGA to texture with maps. Sure. You could do this yourself in another program if you wanted, but we're not that bothered because again it's just a king model. AA king.dds. Go in here, IWTE save textures, and we have AA king.texture, which is perfect. So now we have mesh and texture, nice and simple. So what we can do now is we're going to go back to we can go back to the mod folder. We're going to open a file called bmdbtool.lua, which is inside the modding tool folder. So if you've never been in this folder before, you have some pretty cool things. You've got the modding tool executable and the modding tool CLI, which is the command line interface version of the normal modding tool. And what this tool basically does is, why don't we open it up? It's something that Finn made. It's super cool. When we launch it up, it's going to look through all the mod folder. And so what this is going to do is this has looked through and parsed all the information in the mod. And it's loaded up in here. So what we can also do with this is we can run Lua scripts. So we could write a script that adds a unit to, or adds a unit model to the battle models database. And what that means is we don't ever have to go in to the godawful .modeldb. Don't have to go into this horrible file and hope that we don't make some typo and the game crashes and we have to validate it and blah 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 blah, and we want to quit modding forever and never do any modding ever again, and it sucks and it's just not fun. So Finn made this modding tool, which we have a bunch of Lua scripts in here for. If you really want to, you can go and look. Like, there's scripts for updating the sprites, so if somebody accidentally made the wrong entry and they put the wrong sprite in here, you can update the sprites. Or if you want to give unit ownership of every faction to, if you want to give ownership of every unit to every faction so that you don't have to ever do that ever again, you can do that. All that kind of stuff. Set all sprite lines, blah blah blah. But for today, all we want to do is add the model, one single model. So last time I was doing this, we were adding Bill's Corsairs, but we can get rid of this because we don't need two of these entries. We're going to call this AA King. We will double check. There's no AA King in here already. There's Umbar King, but we'll just leave that for now. We're not going to go messing around removing old stuff. And this is going to be in the AA folder. And the mesh is going to be called aaking.mesh. Texture. We only have one texture. So how does this work then? Umbar GN attach. I don't actually know how general model textures usually work. I know Lorinian did like Dorinian general. Does he have an attach? No, okay, so he's just using the main again as the attach. Great. So this is going to be AA King.texture. We don't have a normal file. Do we care? No, I don't think so. But what we don't want, just put same twice. Yeah, perfect. Do we have a blank normal? I think I should have made one before if I didn't. I mean, we could make a normal file quickly, but I kind of really don't want to do that right now. I mean, what is a blank normal file? It's just a blank file, right? So you can just open a new 1204. Let's make it now while we can do it. And we want this completely transparent, and we're going to save this as blank normal. VGA. Put this in whatever it can be in the downloads for now. IWTE to convert this from our TGA to a texture with bitmaps, yes, and the downloads folder, blank normal, boom. So we have our blank normal here. We're going to go back to the folder. Data, unit models, units, AA. But what we'll do actually is we'll just drop this in here. And what we should then be able to do is blank normal.texture. blank normal. We might have to, this might not be the right way to do a blank normal, but it's fine for now. And then the sprite, we want to be something that looks somewhat similar. Let's just use the old Umbar King one because it's kind of a similar color anyways. Gundabad Umbar King .spure. Great, but he's not a unit type infantry sword. He's going to be unit type infantry 2 sword 2 hand. Perfect. So we've got the name of our model, the mesh, its texture, a blank normal texture because we're not using it, and the attach is going to be the same. The type is just like, that's going to auto-populate this kind of information here. New Arfarazon, no stun. Oh, didn't realize these were relentless. Interesting. So does that mean, no, the general is relentless. Umbar general. Cool. Okay, so then we want to run this Lua script. How do we do that? So we can go into the AGO beta folder. Well, what we can do is we can click run Lua script here, but an easier way of doing it is if we go in here. We want data tools. Yeah. Modding tool. And we have a run Lua script here, which if I open this up, can see here it's running the modding tool CLI.exe with the AGO beta folder, and it's going to run the BMDB tool Lua script, and then whatever modifications that this does, it's going to save the BMDB back to the format. So hopefully this works. We have an error. AA King texture does not exist. Yes, because I know why. Because we said it was in the textures folder and it's not. So that's good to know. The modding tool is telling us. Oh my god, it's spamming us. It's telling us that there is something gone wrong, which is good. How are we looking now? So you can see the modding tool is bumped up from 178. Okay, that's because we've run it twice, I think. It's freaking out a little bit. Let's go back to normal. Let's close everything, start again. Can you guys see on the stream my window here? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's saved the BMDB. Has it incremented it by 1? It has, and it's added our new model at the bottom, which is really cool. So we can test this if we go into the EDU and we go to the armsman we had earlier. And let's just change this to, did we call it AA King? AA King. I think we did. AA King. Yep. Let's just make this unit AA King. And we'll test that out. If the game wants to load. Okay, there we go. Took a while. Now, it's highly unlikely this will work first time because the rule of modding is nothing ever works first time, and you definitely fuck something up, so. And especially doubly so, if you think you did it right the first time, you've definitely done something wrong. Yeah, look at this. We've fucked something up, definitely. What the hell is going on here? This is definitely... Oh, wow, okay. Okay, not good, not good. AA King. What have I done wrong? Is it because the model is missing an attach, maybe? Should I not have deleted this material? That doesn't seem right. That's very strange. It looks like it's using... No, because we don't have an attach. aaking.tj. That looks fine. That's strange. It's using the two-handed swordsman. Do all general models need... No, because he's not a general model, it's just a unit. Maybe I should convert it double textured. Unit mesh to extract. Let's try that. Double textured. Unit extract to mesh double textured. And we go in here, back to IWTE. IWTE save to extract. You very quickly get lost in the files if you're not careful. Yeah, should be double textured. So what is what's single textured for then? Is that for like mounts or siege equipment or something? Want the armsman again. Horses and stuff. Need to convert the model initially with a single textured option for that to work. Okay, great. That's really helpful. Thank you very much. Okay, this is looking good. I think our blank normals are being a bit weird though, because there's some like mega shine going on here. So we might have to look into that, but that's okay. On the back especially, it's really weird. But the texture and everything looks good. The sword is messed up though. Let me just free cam this. I think it's just black. Slow this down, get rid of this. Oh no, sword looks actually fine. It's just my bad texturing job that makes it stand out. But I think the normals are definitely being weird. I'm not happy with the blank normal here. Because like, what the hell is going on here? This... you've got like light here on this right hand side, and then light on the left hand side, and then no light here on the right. But I don't know, the light is a bit much. But anyway, great stuff. It was crashing earlier. Where is Dol Amroth? Can we just like make sure you're not going to crash when you move? Okay, cool. So, that's great. That's working well. Okay, so we should just make a normal quickly. You know what? It's only one file. We can do that quickly. AA King texture.tga. So let's see if we can remember. We might need Lorinian's tutorial. So I don't really remember how to do this. Oh man, my internet's being slow now. Something like add layer mask, and then mess around with the settings, and then you apply the layer mask. I'm just gonna get the exact video up. Iranian Total War.
Hello and welcome. I am Larinian and I wanted to...
Hello Lorinian. Texture and UV editing, normal map creating. This is such a good tutorial.
But before we do it, we also need to make a normal for it.
Mm-hmm.
The normals are just make but we will make them to show how to make them. If you have the plugin map.
Yep, okay, so we're gonna go filters map, normal map. Filters map, normal map. Boom. Then what next?
Here. Option.
Yeah.
So always invert X and Y axis. Select the scale to 4 and alpha channel to height. And click OK. Now you right click on the left.
The hell? Why wasn't that working? Map, normal map. Alpha channel, I can't change that. Is it because I probably missed a step on the tutorial?
And how to build it's the we also need to like it calculates how the lightning is working on the unit. So for the more beauty of the units, it's advised to use to have normals, but it's not necessary to have them. But we will make them to show how to make them. If you have the plugin, you downloaded and installed in GIMP, in filters map, will have this option here, the normal map. Now we have this option. So we always invert X and Y axis, select the scale to 4, and alpha channel to height. And click OK. Now you right click on the layer, select add layer mask, you select transfer.
Okay, GIMP, you're just not going to give me that setting for some reason. Let's try just opening it again, I guess. I've had this plugin be really weird before. So, normal map. Why can't I change the alpha channel? That's really weird. I don't understand. Is it because there's no alpha channel on the image? Add alpha channel. Map. Normal map. Okay, there we go. Weird. Alpha channel, and then he said height.
So layer alpha channel and add. Right click on the layer mask. Show layer mask.
Okay. Add layer mask.
Two colors, alpha channel and add. you right click on the layer, add layer mask. You select
Transfer alpha.
transfer layer alpha channel and add. Right click on the layer mask, show layer mask. Go to colors, brightness to maximal 0.
Colors, brightness.
So minus
127, yeah.
127, and the contrast like 60, like from 60 to 70. Like 60 is, I think, here good. And apply layer mask. And now we have the normal ready. We need to export.
Now we have the normal ready. Great. Okay, this is good. So we want to export this as AA King normal.tga. Export that, and then we need to convert that with IWTE. Remember to buff steel bows. Yeah, steel bows. Steel bows are way too weak. They definitely need buffing. It's a good idea. We should do that right now, actually. Steel bows. Steel bows. What should we make steel bows? They're not even called. Are they still like called troll hunters or something? Steel bow? Ah, how are they? Ar-Adunaim steel bowmen, okay. Oh, they only have 10 attack and armor piercing. Maybe we could just make that like 16. Make this like area and body. Give them the body piercing. Make that 18. Actually, no. 32 and 20. Perfect. Make sure to add that. Commit that later on. That'd be good. Okay, back to our normal. AA King normal. Okay, and I want to convert this with IWTE. If I go here, where has it gone? Ah, there we go. Image file, TGA to texture with maps. Yes. Boom. We'll go into IWTE. Save textures, AA King normal. Go back to our folder with the actual AA King normal dot texture, and then we'll go back in here. We'll get rid of this texture, and now this is AA King normal dot texture. Nice. AA King normal, yeah. Roundabout Umbar King sprite, blah blah blah. Sword two-handed, yeah. All looking good. All looking good. We just need to run the tool again. Run Lewis script. Happened to our music. No Rings of Power music or Lord of the Rings music. I listened to a bit too much of that. What's up? No, can you do mind doing it? Thank you, please. Why don't we listen to some Arcanum? That's cool. Okay, did it work again? Yes, nice. Now we've got the blank. AA King normal, yeah. Alright. So much work just to add one battle model, huh? I had one HE jaw moment without ammo with ruffians and they traded close. High elf, so you had a high elf Jav unit without ammo and you were fighting ruffians in melee and they traded close? No, I don't quite understand your message. We just need to go back to our custom battle. Oh, how I hate this Beacon of Gondor custom battle map, but what can you do? And it was the Armsman. Yeah, that's looking better. Freecam.exe. I should. Nice. What do we think? I think that looks pretty damn good. Sword looks fine as well. And from the back where it's being weird before. Yeah, that's looking much better. Nice. I'm really happy with that actually. Cool. So we know that works. So that should be pretty much it. What we need to do now is just go into and go to, I think it's called Umbar King. Yes. And now this is going to be AA King. Gimmelcad. Yes. Chief Counselor. Now Royal Guard. What we should also do while we're at it is we should give him a custom bodyguard unit. So we'll copy this and they kind of look like a full medieval armor set fused with a crab. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Okay, and we'll call this AA bodyguard or something. No, not AA bodyguard. That's a terrible name. Oh, why don't? What do we call it? Naru. Naran Aru. Kingsguard. That's a better name. Kingsguard. Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we've done this, we know this works, so, oh shit, we need to get rid of these meme steelbone changes. I'm going to recommit them by accident. And then what else did we do? We changed this back, we don't want that anymore. Don't want this. Just, yeah. And do we need any EDU changes? No, we don't. So let's get rid of that for now. So this is just me. It's good to for my sanity to no, it's not. It's actually not going to be a. They're not necessarily going to be 200 swords. It's just I'm just testing how the model looks without having to load into the campaign. That's just going to be the model for the faction leader's battle model. And we'll update this as well. And we're just going to say added new AA faction leader battle model. So we know that works. So anything now we break, if we break adding this new unit or something, we know what's happened. Okay, so we're going to call this Kingsguard. Call this Kingsguard, and we want this to be 0 upkeep because it's a custom unit. What give it? I guess 3 more attack, an extra charge. 18. Shield can be the same. They're going to be a lot better at defending. They've got locked morale, that's fine. Charge distance, yeah, that's fine. Russia, slave, yeah, that's fine. What we do need is, if we go into the sound file, make a copy of this. Kingsguard. And we need to add the export units entry. It's going to be Kingsguard. It's going to be Kingsguard. And what will we say? Kingsguard. Okay. Yeah, we need to write the description. So Copilot is going to annoy me, so I'm going to turn that off because otherwise it gets in the way. These men trained along. These men trained. Having fought for years in amongst the ranks of the Royal Guard. The Naruna Royal Guard are the very best that the King's Men have to offer, yeah. Blah blah blah, some fluff, they claim allegiance to the ideals of blah, 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 do not acknowledge blah blah blah, they hope to conquer Gondor. Narrow King's Guard are formidable combatants trained to fight in disciplined ranks and equipped with the finest gear from the armies of the far south. Except when the king of the Ar-Adunaim himself is marching to war. That should be fine. Requires various. I don't know what the hell that means. Requires various. Did I get rid of that when I shouldn't? It looks like it. Okay, well, notice that's a bug, so rather than just ignoring it, let's fix that. Export buildings. So what does that actually mean? I think it means... Okay, it's just saying requires... unique settlements. And then we'll just give a few examples in the description. Like House of Kings. Cthelion is Minas Tirith. Isengard. Barrett, Dur, etc. There we go. So that's the Royal Guard, and then we've got the King's Guard. Cool. So we need to do the UI for that, so we just need to make a copy of this one. It's going to be the same unit, so just rename this to King's Guard and to King's Guard. Nice. And we probably just need to regen the events file, not the whole sound folder, because we're not actually adding any new sounds. I think that's how it works. So we can test our theory. What am I doing? Data, sounds, and then we want to delete events. And that should be it. Oh, we want to... Oops. Just strat. Oops. Oh, why don't we give this Relentless too, because we can. Battle models. Do you maybe know the reasons why wood elves have almost no events or scripts compared to high elves? Because nobody really cares that much about the wood elves is the real answer. I wish I had a more interesting answer, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody even discuss what scripts the wood elves could get, because people just don't really seem to care about them, or they think that the gameplay is good enough. I mean, they have the spider script in AGO, but beyond that, I don't know. I mean, I can't even think of what kind of script you would add for them. To me, that campaign is just, when I think about that campaign, it's just Legolas plus Thranduil going around killing everything. That's all I think about that campaign, which is kind of lame. I don't know. I don't really like those kind of campaigns, to be honest. I know some people find them interesting, but so we want to make a relentless version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste an existing entry and just make it relentless. So we need this. Go boom. This is going to be spear relentless, and that is 21 lines long. Boom, boom. We'll just call this relentless. Why not? And that is 27 characters long. 1180. And that's relentless, I think. Yeah. Battle models. I think that's everything we need. So let's test this now. It would be cool if Legolas had a script like Khazad-dûm Expedition to go around and help other Order factions. Yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, you can kind of do that already if you want, but I guess the script could make it more interesting. I'm not really sure why Legolas would do that, though. I'm not really sure what it is about Legolas that would make him do that. Okay, so now if we go into custom battle, we go to pick one of these. We've got the Naru Kingsguard. Something to do with the Avari could be cool. Oh, that's a neat idea. I like that actually. That's actually cool. Like something where you go and you try and help the Avari or something, or ask them, do they want to kind of like rejoin with you or something? Yeah, I can see that. That's a cool idea, Rogue. So, an interesting observation here. In our script that we use to... So what I've done to make them relentless is I've given them their soldier line. But I think in the EDU relentless, so where we add the relentless text, because it's missing here, even though technically they do have relentless, I think it's because we're using the model primary anim. No, it's not. Interesting. String.match relentless. Okay, let's add some logging here. Print. No, log. Entry dot edu type. And also log the anim. And the secondary anim. Because I don't know where it's pulling this anim from. I see that all the numbers on the unit cards have a white outline. Yeah, I can't remember. This is kind of spoiling something that's not been previewed yet, but whatever, it's not really a big deal. Somebody asked about it last stream. And I'd never even noticed that the general had the white outline on it. And so then I mentioned it to Finn, and he was able to reverse whatever code was using to look up where the number was, and just make it apply to all units instead of just the general. So now it's super easy to see the outline, which is really, really helpful. Now, one thing we didn't mess with is the soldier count of this. Imagine a script where Legolas goes to the Avari and we need to kind of equip or share technologies with the Avari. Yeah, that could be cool. Or maybe you could like it was you. Okay. I thought it might have been you based on how you phrased your message. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out because it's actually really good. I'm really happy with it. It looks so good. Finn did such a good job. And I mean, it just makes it so much more readable now when you're in a battle or on the campaign map. So okay, so we're testing something else. Getting distracted here. We are just logging the Let's just log a new line as well, so they're separated nicely. So what do you think, Fane? Is that how you would hope it would work, or hopefully? Lua log. And we were looking for the King's Guard. Huh. So the Royal Guard, did I just edit the wrong unit then? Ah, I did. That's what I've done wrong. Perfect. So everything is working fine. We just made a stupid mistake. That's relentless. And did we give the stats to the right unit then? Yeah, we did. Okay. I have locked morale, blah, blah, blah. That all looks fine. King's Guard. Oh, we wanted to change. Let's make it 90 men since it's going to be relentless now. And let's make the spacing really tight. Let's do 1.0, 1.0, 2.0, and 5. So it's going to be 90 men. Let's do 6 rows. And we can get rid of this logging here now because we don't need this. Everything is working fine as we thought. Don't think we need all this stuff here anymore. Our blank normal, that was a failure. Lesson learned. I don't know, there must be a way to do a blank normal, but I'm just doing it not the right way, so. Okay, let's go back and test this unit again. Narrow, King's Guard. Boom, boom, boom. And it will just get the Royal Guard as well next to it for comparison. So what I should also do for the unit card here is I should put the star on it because that's how CU does the units. So what's another unit that has the star? White Company? Yeah. Now what we should really do is ask CU, does he have the proper star? Because I don't know about this method, but it's the only way that I know to do it. Okay, and then it was what? King's Guard? King's Guard. But we want to get the position exactly right, so let's not go back and crop that. Yeah, and that's good. And then I think what he normally does is he does a little drop shadow. So go object, drop shadow. Okay, that's way too much. Just a little back one. Yep, like that. Boom, boom, boom. Go back into game. And we can see the difference. So we know that this is the King's Guard and this is the... And it has Relentless. Nice. You can see the difference in the stats here. 38. Okay, nice. And how does it look like in Shield Wall? Yep, super cool. Awesome, I'm really happy with that. So that's good enough for me. So then what we need to go in and do is give this... Oh, we didn't test the unit sounds. Whoops. That's okay, we can test that in one more second. So now Gimel Chad is going to have Kingsguard instead of that. And they're probably a little bit experienced. They're probably not super experienced, you know. They haven't really fought in Middle-earth that much. It's not like they're coming in. Natural military skill, Gimel Chad 1, yep. And he's got the AA King, Battle Model E, yeah, okay. Now what we could also do is Armsman. Make a no upkeep version of that. I'm not going to do that right now because maybe someone else could give that a go if they wanted to try it based on what we did today. I just need to make sure now that the campaign starts correctly and that everything is right. We might jump into a quick battle and test. So we need game sound for this as well. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Don't think we need this anymore either. Wow, that took a long time. Oh, we might have a go at making the updated general model as well. Okay, so we just need a battle, so we'll turn on dev debug. And the pathfinding is going to go crazy.
Your orders, my lord.
Just get down here. Jesus.
Yes, my lord. Orders.
Got the King's Guard, Relentless, nice.
shall prevail.
Attack Boar Lad. Trollman warriors.
Muster your courage, men. We march into battle.
Just double check that everything is good. The battle model is correct. The unit is set up correctly and everything. Aha, look him. There he is. Looks pretty damn good.
Waiting for orders. We are the king's men. We are the heirs of Numenor. We are the heirs of Numenor.
We are ready to strike.
Waiting for orders. Waiting for orders. We are the king's men.
Okay, the voice lines are working great. Okay, lesson learned. We just need to regenerate events.dat.idx when adding a new sound if the sounds already exist. So just make sure everything's good. We'll just send them in. Okay, no, not good. Was that a surround sound related crash? Module not found. Weird. Don't think that should be model related, but can try again. So, well, we can think about the strat model. Strat.md, create new strat model. Okay. Look at this. Past self has made a guide for ourselves, which we can follow really easily. Okay, import into Blender, we've done that. Delete any variations you don't need and set up the main and attach textures correctly. Yeah, we've done that, there are no variations. Using the material combiner plugin, create a new texture from the combined textures. Okay, we don't actually need that because we already have a single texture. Import the correct armature.
Yes, we shall engage.
Import either the uppercase or lowercase armature depending on what your original model uses. Okay, so our original model uses lowercase bones. No, we're uppercase. So if we go in this folder, empty strat armature lowercase. No, uppercase. Jesus. So I'm actually just going to save this because this is working fine. Okay, let's just test you again. Crash again. Weird. Why only crashing when going near the town? That's really strange. Maybe it is model related. Very strange. Oh, my whole PC just froze. Okay, that's weird. We'll come back to that because I don't want to deal with that right now. Let's just try and make the strat model. So we want to import die. Oh, do we not have die support at all anymore? No, the option is gone altogether. Maybe we just need to turn it on in the settings. Die. Colada. No. So we need to open Blender 4.1. We need to make GLB versions of these files, which is fine. Oh, it shouldn't take 2 seconds. Why did you open? No, not Blender 5.1. What's this? Just random Blender. Imagine seeing the stat close to your shores when playing Dol pretty fucking scary. Yeah, it's pretty rough. This is Blender 3.1. Okay, well, maybe it'll work. You never know. Import die. It's not really that complicated of an object, so. And then we want to export GLTF. Do we have to turn this on in Blender settings? Probably. GLTF. Export GLT, and the folder is in the Blender scripts folder. Let's get our music back. Ooh, let's listen to some Kingdoms of Arda soundtrack. Do here, and it's going to be called this GLB. Let's go import die, and we'll do the lowercase one now. Okay, now we got the two upper and lowercase ones, which is great. We need to go back in here and we need to import. Oh, what we're going to do, we're going to save this and then we're going to save a copy. We'll call this battle.blend. And then we're going to do another copy. We'll call this AA King Strat. And we'll open the Strat one. Import GLB. We want the uppercase one. Okay. Armature. It's not really looking what I want. It's import. Has it imported them? How does it look like in our picture? No. It's not really done what I wanted to do. Get this icosphere out of here. Maybe we can just copy it. Did we open? Is this the uppercase? No. It's import die. Maybe we don't need the object. We can just copy straight. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So we need an armature that is the same bone names as our model. Import either the uppercase or lowercase armature, depending on what your original model uses. In our case, it's the uppercase one. Yep. Set up the script. Now we need to run the script to finish all the other small pieces. Open the scripting tab in Blender. Okay. Hit new and paste in create strat model.py. Create strat model.py. And the texture path is going to be our aaking, aaking.tga. Is that the right one with the sword? Yeah. aaking.tga, and what else do we need to do? We also need to make sure that update. Yes. Blah blah blah. Run the script. Okay. Surely there's something else, but do I need to select everything first? Let's just see what happens when we run it, I guess. That does not look right. Is this related to something like UV maps? No, they're all correct. What's the script doing? Parent meshed armature with empty groups, yeah. Join all mesh groups. What happens when we join all mesh groups together? Okay, that works. How's this gone so horribly wrong? aaking.tga. How's it like shrunk? Oh yeah, it has. Okay, so it's something to do with the size. Oh, because it thinks there's two files. Okay, so that's fine. So what we just need to do is comment that bit out. Yeah. So because it thinks that there's two texture files next to each other, but in our case, because it's a single battle model, we don't need that, so we can get rid of that. See that again? Oh yes, boom. Okay, great stuff. And that should be all correctly weighted with the uppercase bones. Okay, good, good, good. So then we just need to UV maps for the texture have been set up automatically. Okay, yeah, sure. Sounds too good to be true to me, but export GLB. And this is aakingstrat.glb. Yep. And then we need to go back to IWTE. Two-handed axe question mark? What about two-handed axe? What should we do with two-handed axe? And then we want extract to cast mesh. Yes. And we want the AA King strat.glb. Got aaking.strat. Go data, models, strat. Drop them in there. We can check what texture file. Is it correct? .tga. It's combined material.tj. Why is it combined material? Is that what we called it? Combined. It should be aaking strat. Export that again and convert it again. Aaking strat. AA King Strat.tj. Nice. So put this in here. And then I think it wants AA King.strat from the texture folder. AA King.tj strat. AA King.tj. We want that in textures. And we actually want AA King.tj.dds. AA King strat.tj.dds, and then the real AA King. So we need blank, empty. No, 0 bytes. 0 bytes. AA King strat. Okay, there we go. And then we just need to make sure that AA King strat doesn't look like a kind of a raw. And 512 by 512 is totally fine. It's just a strat model after all. Nice. Generate bitmaps, yep. AA King, great. So then we need to go to dress character or model strat. And is there like Umbar King? Russia. Umbar General strat model. And that's going to be AA King strat.tga, AA King strat, and AA King strat.cas. It's all looking good. So let's test this out. So we actually made a mistake here. We changed the wrong model. We wanted to change Gimel CAD. So Gimel CAD, this should be like this. And Umbar General can go back. But we know that if we can do char equals get character, and what's his label? Strat. An army 1, and then we can do char dot character set character model, and it's going to be Umbar General. Whoa. Okay, so it's working, kind of. The rigging has gone horribly wrong though. So something with our script has not worked out as we expected. Looks like maybe a loose vertice. No, that's his right foot is completely bricked up there. So, maybe something with the bones. Weight paint. He looks injured. Yeah, I think he's giga injured. The rest of him is fine, but just this foot is like... It's like being ripped apart into a million pieces and... Looks cool though, even like this, it's looking pretty good, so... So what we need to do is we need to go back, unfortunately, here. Go back to where we started, because something didn't work. So what I will do is go back and follow the tutorial again and see what maybe we did wrong. Select for loose vertices. Okay, yeah. Not sure why it's changing. I think it's the skeleton, but that's okay. How did we do that? Select ungrouped vertices. Okay, so let's run select ungrouped vertices. How do I do that? View, it's in the view, select. Ungrouped. Okay, so there's no ungrouped ones. It's fine. So what exactly could be going wrong? Is it the sheath, maybe? Just say clavicle bones to get rid of the clavicle bones. I doubt anything is rigged to the clavicle bones, surely not. No. Nice music from Kingdoms of Arda. Yeah, the soundtrack there is so good. Like, I know they haven't released a mod, but they've shown released a few of the songs on YouTube. And they're class. They're like, I don't know, they sound super similar to the movie music, but it's kind of unique. And the quality of the MIDI instruments is really good as well, which is nice because sometimes, like if you've ever listened to Lord of the Rings Online soundtrack, the MIDI instruments there aren't super high quality, so it can be a bit painful sometimes listening. The pauldrons weighted to the clavicle, they shouldn't be. There must be an easy way of checking this. Ah, they are. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. So that is helping us understand what's going wrong. So they shouldn't be weighted to the clavicle bones. Is there anything else? What about the surcoat? All kind of rigged to the surcoat. Or to the clavicle, which is fine. We can fix that. We have done this before. So let's start with, are these also rondels? Weight paint, on the clavicle. Just re-rig this here, like so. And then we'll get rid of the clavicle altogether. And then the left, right upper arm. This stuff here, we want done here, like so. I guess how we want to do it. Okay. What about the head? You're not rigged to clavicle either, surely. Just get rid of all these clavicle bones. Helmet. Sword. Rondels. It's probably a better way of doing this, but whatever. And then we should be able to do something like select all ungrouped vertices. So if we go to the coif, which was almost definitely, and we go to weight paint. Actually, let's just select everything. Or actually select nothing. Select in edit mode we need to do that. Select similar all by trait ungrouped vertices. Okay, what's in there? I wonder, can we do blender select unweighted vertices? Okay, enter weight. And then it says show zero weights. View. Just give me a second here. I need to find a way to easily view what things aren't unweighted so I can easily reweight them. There's definitely a way to do this, but I just don't know how to do it. Says here, using weight paint mode, go to weight paint mode, enable the vertex selection mask button in the top left header. Enable the vertex selection mask button in the top left header. Okay, vertex selection, yeah, then what? Go to the vertex group panel and ensure all relevant bones are affecting the mesh. Okay. I don't know what that means, but sure. Unweighted will often appear black if show zero weights is enabled in the options panel. 0. Blender show zero weights. Where is this setting? Weight paint overlays. Options. No. You. This is where my Blender knowledge is failing me. Ah, the overlays. Okay, okay. It's here. Viewport overlays. Don't see show zero weights. Oh, zero weights all. Okay, that's nice. So that still doesn't help us. Just want to see the unweighted vertices. That's all we want to do. That can't be that hard. Script for this. Unweighted. Ooh, we do stable diffusion. No. Okay, no. Okay, someone's got a script here. Let's try this. Scripting. We can keep that actually, and we'll do. Can we do a new one? And to see the output, I think we have to go to Window, Toggle System Console. No unweighted verts found. Are you sure about that? Find that hard to believe. it says so. Okay, so we'll try this now. We're gonna save incremental. What we want to do now is, now that we've removed all the clavicle bones, we'll just double check before we go do it again. No clavicle, no clavicle. Oh, yeah, still one there. No clavicle, no clavicle. Yep, looks good. Save that. And then we want to go back to our other script from earlier. Don't need to adjust the UVs. And AA King, texture paths. Yeah. New material is going to be AA King, Strat. And let's call this texture name equals AA King Strat. That doesn't matter actually, it's fine. Boom. Looks fine. Still see some clavicle bones here. Where did they come from? Does that mean something still? It probably does, yeah. Or is it because there's a clavicle here? Okay. Well, nothing's weighted to them, so should be fine, right? I'll just get rid of them, just in case. I don't know, is that going to do anything? But whatever, try it. Export, King Strat. Back to here, and it's going to be a extract to cast mesh. No complaints from IWTE, which is good. King Strat. Okay, and we'll close and relaunch the game and try again. Got rid of the clavicle bones, which it's said to bowstring. We don't have any bowstring bows, so we're good on that part. Reload back into the campaign and test that out. We still have the weird bug though with the oh no, you didn't like that. What's up? Did you mess up the name again? Of the texture. Did you not call it like you should have? AA King Strat. Oh, you did, okay. So something is wrong with the model then. Maybe we selected that armature as well, when we shouldn't have. Ah, okay, that's why we double check, because that's not the right one. That's from earlier, AA King Strat.glb. Wait, did it never export correctly? 656, yeah it did, okay. Why are you being weird then? Is it, oh, is it because date modified? Yeah, we don't want date. There we go, that's better. And we'll copy it over. Just start a new campaign to double check. Didn't do anything weird. If we go back in here, it should be. Oh, why did we rename that to? No, that's not right. Gimmelcat. Yeah, that's why we're crashing, for God's sake. No. Still borked. Yeah, this is definitely some kind of rigging issue. What we could do is, let's try just hiding this, and we'll do cast models, animated cast mesh, M2 cast mesh scale. Yeah, so we'll try the AA King and diplomat dot cast. Strat, is there like strat general? Strat named with army, sure. Maybe that's good enough. I just want to import the God. Into Blender, and then maybe I can fix the rigging that way. Strat named with army. Walk. Strat general walk dot cast. Yeah. Okay, did that not work then? Where did IWT put the file? Cast mesh and anim have different number of bones. Okay, that's kind of indicative of maybe something's wrong, but either way, I'm going to call it there and take a break because we have been going for 2 hours now, and that's usually my limit before I need a break. So thanks everyone for coming to hang out. We got the model in game and the strat model in game both crashing, and we're looking weird, which is just how these things go sometimes. Maybe next time we can try and fix it up, or I might have a look and see how I can fix it up myself. But thanks everyone for tuning in today. Hope you all have a nice evening, and I will chat to you later. See ya.